Just briefly summarize, the purpose of the bill is really to eliminate the requirement for a variance from the Talbot County Board of Appeals when an applicant has received an MDE permit to impact the non-tidal wetland buffer, or alternatively where the applicant is exempt from the requirement that they obtain an MDE permit.
I wanted to announce that I would like to recuse myself from this vote. I'm being a builder. I've struggled with this. I have not said that I would recuse myself. I have participated in the public hearings up to this point. But the more I thought of it, the more I was worried about the ethical dilemma here. I have clients who certainly would like to make their permit process easier, and even though I certainly sympathize with the customer service issues and things that we have in the department that I know we have been working on, I'm worried about the taking a position on this bill. So I'm going to recuse myself from the vote. Sorry, one other thing, Mr. President, with your indulgence. I did send an email over to the Ethics Committee, and they asked me to do a write-up for them so that they could call a meeting. And I've basically run out of time, obviously. I didn't realize that this vote had to be taken this week. But the clock's been ticking on this bill. And so I think out of an abundance of caution, I will recuse myself from the vote, even though I have not officially made an inquiry to the Ethics Commission except for my email alerting them to the potential issue.
I have struggled with this one. I have gone round and round. It's a legal issue, and with a legal issue, there are always two sides to be heard. And we have a property owner, and then we have neighboring property owners. And one could say, just speaking on the issue at hand of this bermed infiltration pond, which, you know, has been permitted by MDE, that they have the right to build a house, and that we shouldn't stand in the way of property rights. And I'm, you know, a big property rights advocate, and anybody that knows me knows that. But I'm also quite sensitive to the fact that there's property owners on either side. You know, I have the utmost respect for our county attorney, and I think that he is probably absolutely correct. But the position that I find myself in is that if we do this, and I don't know that we're giving up any of our rights, because I understand all of that we still have the same processes in place and whatnot. But there is a legal battle going on. And by passing this, we're circumventing that. We're taking it out of the courts. This case is getting ready to move to the Court of Special Appeals. And again, we may be 99% sure that we're correct, but I don't think that it's my position to become judge, jury, and possibly executioner, is the way I've been putting it. And I'm just really uncomfortable with that. I'd rather wait and let the property owners have their day in court and let a qualified judge make this decision and not us.
There's nothing there that I seem to feel that's going to hurt us 3 years down the line or 4 years down the line. We can't keep going by what ifs in this county. We just can't do that. And that's what's got us in the predicament in the court case. So
We're not in the court case. It's between property owners.
you keep saying we're the jury and the judge and all that.
Right.
You know, I appreciate everybody's comment. I appreciate what everybody's done for us with it. I appreciate Mr. Pullen putting his heart and effort in it. And I see there's a lot of people that are going to be against it, you know. So, you know, we're not up here to please everybody. Some things are going to not go everybody's way, and there's going to be other things that go everybody's way. So I think we should understand that the job we have up here is a tough job. And I feel like that's what the citizens of Talbot County elected me for, to make tough decisions in the best interest of the county.
Having the opportunity to be home and read over these documents and read over the emails that poured in gave me a chance to really sit back and look at the question of preemption, read over Judge Wilder's decision very, very carefully, read over how it changes almost in midstream if you read it, from saying I don't have enough here to answer preemption, I don't have the parties in front of me to answer this question, therefore I'm not, but then he goes on to give an answer to it. And so I said, legally, is he making a ruling or is he just making a statement? And to me, it sounds as if he's just making a statement because he said early on that I'm not going to address preemption, so I'm not going to deal with that. I do feel that the county is not giving up its authority in non-tidal wetlands. The county the county planning officer has assured me of that. I spoke with the county Department of Health and Environmental Services this March, and assured me that the BIP was filed and constructed, well, not constructed, but it's filed and designed in accordance to state regulation, has been approved by them, has been approved by Lane Engineering that did the work, a very notable firm in this county. So I came down to the point that the county has, by the ruling of the Board of Appeals, overstepped its bounds in this particular matter, and therefore I will be voting in favor of the bill. You know, the situation that we just did with Bill 1298 are those types of legislation that come along every other year or so with council. It really requires a lot of soul searching, but it really requires council to get into the details of each situation. Me and Mr. Bartlett have been on the council previously when there were a number of very contentious pieces of legislation that we had to deal with. And it sometimes can cause rifts between council members. And I will say about this particular council, as contentious as this particular piece of legislation was, I will salute you all for the way you handled yourselves. There was no mudslinging, there was no backbiting, there was no going behind each other's back and bad-mouthing one another. And it's really refreshing that you can sometimes agree to disagree for the common good. So I just wanted to salute you all for being able to go about this in a very respectful manner.